My name is Era, and I'm the host of the Tamil Creator Podcast. I chat with creators from all over the world to share their stories and discuss hot topics in a way that I hope inspires, educates, and entertains you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Tamil Creator. I'm your host, Era. Today, I have the very amazing personality who is Michele Peter. She is someone that brings joy into every space she enters. From competing on Amazing Race Canada to appearing on Family Feud Canada and Battle of the Generations, where she was famously dubbed Lily Singh's doppelgänger. Michele has embraced every opportunity with fearless energy. She's a passionate speaker, host, and woman of faith. She openly shares her Christian beliefs while pursuing big, bold experiences. So today we're going to dive into confidence, calling, courage, and living life out loud. So welcome to the show, Michele.
What's going on, Era? I'm so excited. I'm ecstatic to be here, and thank you so much for this amazing opportunity to share my story. And yeah.
No, I'm excited. I'm a very low energy or low key personality, so I always love talking to people that are high energy. My wife is like one of them. Otherwise, I have two people with low energy talking to each other, so it's nice to chat with you.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, and I think I've known you guys for like over I don't know how many years since Tamil culture,
Yeah,
so
it's been a while.
yeah.
So I guess first question is I always like to start at the beginning. What was your childhood like? What were your formative teenage years like? And how did that impact who you are today and kind of the type of work you're doing?
So yes, so I was well, first off, my parents are Tamil Sri Lankan, and we fled Sri Lanka as refugees to France because there was an opportunity there to go there. So I was born in France, and I don't remember much of my childhood, but I did have some experiences there, and everything was just light. And then I came here as a child, and um, I faced definitely racism in Canada, where my dad came for better opportunities and education. I think it was the unknown for certain people, and the schools I was in, it's all the school that I was in and the community I was in, it was multicultural, very diverse. But I don't know. I think that there weren't a lot of Tamil students. So I don't know why it happened. Maybe it's just racism within racism, and how other cultures and ethnic groups aren't healed. So it's like they want to target a certain group. And yeah, so just overcoming it, and then figuring out who I am. And I was a very shy person, focused on just the arts, drawing, painting, acting. And at a young age, I knew I wanted to entertain. Even when it came to like book reports, it's like I just don't want to talk about it. I want to reenact the scene, the pivotal scenes of the book reports, and just wanted to would make up jingles and just perform it during like school assemblies and sing. Like I love singing, so just singing at talent shows, putting together a band or group, rounding up the troops, like selecting few girls and be like, want to be part of the Spice Girls group, and just love performing and entertaining the crowd. So I quickly discovered I love the arts and all forms of arts. And I was really, since I was a kid, I was competitive as well. So it started off with the arts, like drawing and just seeing my artwork displayed at school. So just blessed for those opportunities. Yeah, so just, and as I grew older into like grade 7 and 8, just discovering my feminine side, throughout like elementary, I was like the tomboy, but then also discovering my feminine side as well. And just embracing who I am as a young girl. And then that led me to, yeah, so a lot of art competitions within the school, competing with other artists, and just also trying to achieve, like always trying to impress my parents, trying to reach for the top, and always participating in everything, whether it's like in elementary school, like public speaking events. I would get involved in that. But in the public speaking, I wouldn't get focus on serious topics. It would be like just lighthearted, entertaining, trying to make the crowd laugh. And I remember one speech was like about like how much I hate bugs. And yeah, got me second place. But hey, racism deserved first place. The girl who did it on racism definitely deserved first place. But yeah, just competing and that competitive nature, just wanted to be the class clown, and just although there was like struggles within like the community, I wanted to make the best of it. I wanted to forget about all of that. And I came to Canada in a time where there was a lot of violence. There was a lot of turf wars, a lot of, violence within the Tamil culture as well. And that's where it stems to like, why is there racism, internal racism? So just navigating through all of that in the community as well. And trying to assimilate into the Canadian culture was a struggle. And I think for a while in elementary school, I tried to hide who I was, like my ethnicity, like my, I didn't really, focus on that. It was as I was, going into high school, I talked, I was like, involved in a lot of ethnic groups. I was a social butterfly, so I like to learn about different people's culture, and was friends with every culture you can name, every ethnic group you can name. But when it came to my culture, I was just like, I really had to sit down and, think and educate myself as well. Because since I was born in France, and I don't think my parents wanted to talk too much about the reality of what happened back home. So it's like I had to, ask questions. Why did we leave? Why did you guys leave Sri Lanka? What happened? What was this war about? Like, how did it affect you? And it's just like they were trying to like not go back to that tragedy, and not go back to all the drastic events that occurred to them. So it's like I had to ask all these questions myself and learn more about my culture. And and then going into high school, I was just like, I wanted to move out of Scarborough and try something new. And I was just like, all right, let me go to an all-girls school, and I went to St. Joseph's Memorial Park High School, and it was just amazing, an amazing experience where I got to learn more about my inner self, and just made me embrace myself more, and just uh, get tie into that girl power with other women as well, as we grew together in solidarity, and just embrace like womanhood together, growing up in a all girl high school, which was amazing. I was like the school mascot, and I won. I had a loud mouth, so the student council was like, "Do you want to be the speaker of the house?" So so I wasn't afraid to speak up my mind. That's how I think. If there was, if I think if I was surrounded by guys in a co-ed school, I may have been a little bit more shy. But the girls' school, being in a girls' school, allowed me to just say what I want, speak my mind, and just embrace who I am, my goofy, unique self more, because I think I was a lot more shy in elementary school, but I still embraced my artistic self. So then high school, then I was just shocked that graduation, they gave me a little, um,
What?
yeah, brain fart here, but yeah, they gave me a little hammer there, the judge thing that,
Uh,
with my name engraved in it as well. So, yeah, so that was a high
so
school.
how so like how did the way you kind of grew up, how did that make you kind of get into, because you do social work now in addition to kind of all these other things you do. So
Yeah.
how did you land into the like world of social work and working for, I think it's TDSB?
Yeah. So basically, I was like, everything I've been through, the trauma I've been through, and I think I wanted to, well, I didn't know what I wanted to do after graduating high school, and I was kind of lost. And I was just like, I've always wanted to be in the entertainment world. Like, I wanted to be an actress, but there weren't at that time there weren't a need for my skin color. There was and if they did choose a brown girl, it would be the token brown girl. We don't need any other brown girls, you know? So I was trying so hard for going from agency to agency with my mother. There was just not a need for South Asian women, South Asian girls in the TV world. So I try to do as much as I can to break that norm and like to just break what, society has portrayed, what beauty, what kind of people should be on TV. And I wanted to break barriers and have more opportunities for South Asian women in the industry. So that's whatever, I didn't have an agency. No one wanted to represent me at that time. So whatever opportunities I had, I was going to do it. And I just love the media. I love reaching out and connecting with people, especially online, because it could just target so many popular, it can target so many groups, and especially the media is so popular, it's so easy, not as easy to access, but the technology was growing. And um, so then I was just I had a mentor. My dad connected me to a mentor, and he's like, what do you want to do? Like, and I was like, I like helping people. I want to help people, and I've been through so much in life. Just trying to navigate and just figure out life growing in the Canadian culture as a woman of color. I want to help others also trying to figure out what are they trying to do in Canada? What are they here for? What's their purpose in life? And I wanted to tie in the arts, entertainment, and also helping people. And that's when I decided social work, because I thrive in helping people. I thrive in listening to people. I love listening to people's history. I love listening to people's stories and how they got there to where they are and where they want to go. Yeah, I love listening to people's dreams and goals. So anything they've been through, any violence they've been through, I just love listening, and I want to hear them out, and I want to provide resources for them. And when I did my undergrad and also my master's at TMU, which is, well, Ryerson, which is now Toronto Metropolitan University. Big ups to them. They've been so supportive for me, even as an alumni. So what I did my research theory on was utilizing the media and tool and the arts as a tool, utilizing arts and the media as a tool, and using it to speak about issues that matter to you in society, whether it is racism, prejudice, whatever it is, the imbalance of men and women in the workforce, anything that is impacting them, especially immigrant Tamil women. I had a focus group of like a handful of Tamil women, and we use the arts, whether it's through poetry, singing, dancing, creating skits, to share their experiences about immigrating to Canada. So that's how the passion I have to help people. I don't want it just to you know them to think that this is just an average social worker. I want to use the arts to embrace who they are, to really search deep within themselves, and to break barriers and define who they are, and embrace their culture through the arts.
This episode is sponsored by nobody. That's right, nobody. So if you could be kind enough to hit that subscribe button, that would mean a lot to me. And so now jumping ahead, so now we know kind of what you do, but now I would love to talk about kind of all the experiences you had on TV. So starting with, the Amazing Race Canada. Like tell us about the audition process, because I know you have to submit like a video ahead of time, and like what made you say yes to that opportunity?
Yeah, so wow, yeah, Amazing Race Canada has changed my life. But before that, I was doing a lot of TV stuff. I was an entertainment blogger, did YouTube videos, interviewing celebrities on red carpets. Um, and I just loved interviewing people. And then I just loved the media, as I mentioned. But then I took a break when I got into the social work field. I got into a real, job, like a steady job. All that arts and entertainment world kind of drifted away. And I was just like, when you're in the mundane life and you're doing a routine, you're doing the routine work, although you love doing it, you just forget, you think about the past, you reflect on your past, and you're just like, I do miss um, uh, doing that TV stuff, from Much Music to MTV. I miss coming on TV and what I love about today's society is more Tamil girls are on, in the media, making a platform. But I've always wanted to be that pioneer. I wanted to be the voice for the people. And, I've missed those moments where, I have a story to tell as well. And I want people to connect with me, and I want people to be inspired by everything I've been through, because I know I'm not the only one. So I was just like, I told myself, this is the year we're going to get back in it. We're going to, not shy away from it anymore. We're going to get out of the comfort zone and apply, because I grew up watching these Canadian shows, and I love challenges. I love competing. I was competing in all these Tamil sports, like volleyball, basketball, ultimate frisbee, flag football, and I won. I won the cup in all of them, Tamil sports. All right. So big ups to the Tamil community for giving those opportunities for Tamil women. And so basically, I was just like, when Amazing Race came on, I was like, all right, I've been training, I've been competing. I love the show. I've been watching it, the American one, the Canadian one. And I was like, I told my best friend during her birthday dinner, I was like, we need to do this. We need to do this. All right, Cuzzy, we need to do this. And it was just, one day after church, we're just like, hanging out, and she's like, we should do that video now, we should do the audition video. And I was like, ah, man, another day, another day. And she was just like motivating me. No, let's just do it now, let's just do it now. And we were at the mall, we found a little quiet spot in the mall, and we just were ourselves, and just our goofy selves. And then we just submitted the audition tape, and definitely just prayed about it. And because we pray in everything that we do. And yeah, and then when we got the call, I was just ecstatic. I was just like, oh my God, an audition, like an in-person audition. And we were just like, we gotta like just represent who we are. This is it. This is the moment. And I did audition for even Big Brother Canada. But at the last moment, I was just like choking. I was like, is this actually happening? So I was just like, this one, I can't choke. This is it. This is the, in-person audition. We gotta show who we are, and we gotta give it all of our talents to them. Yeah, the producers. And I think it's hard, because you never know. There's a lot of talented people, but I know we're unique, and I know some kind of gift in us that these producers got to see. Yeah. So it was just
What
amazing. Yeah.
what was the hardest moment on the show, like on the Amazing Race Canada, that viewers didn't see? And like how did the whole experience change how you see yourself?
Well, a lot of like mentally draining things people didn't see. Um, Basically, we like my cousin and I, we knew that no relationship is perfect, and we knew that there might be some fights within us, just trying to figure out who's going to do what when. And but we don't want like society and public to be like, oh my gosh, like look at them, they're not perfect, so it's just trying to hold that um portrayal of perfect Christians, and not getting into fights and stuff, and just being peaceful, kumbaya. But no one was seeing like the mental struggle that I was going through, and as well as I got sick. I think it was all just draining, the heat, everything, and just trying to get through that, overcome that, and just just the training, like before you go on, you got to train as well. They train you. It's just like you don't just go on right away. They try to mentally train you as well. So preparing for that, and then when you get so then when it starts, you're just like, oh my gosh, you're stressing. It's like whatever you prepared for, and then people didn't see even at the end. I think I was struggling with trying not to disappoint my partner on the show, trying not to disappoint her by failing at a task. So even when it came to the dancing part, I think I was very disappointed in myself that I didn't do the dance. When I am a dancer and I've been dancing for years, I just thought that it's a struggle, and I just thought like I'm just gonna let it go and let her do it. And the moment I saw that she was struggling with the dance, I was just like, oh my gosh, if she's struggling, then I should have been allowed to struggle as well. Because yeah, at the end, so that's, I think a lot of people didn't see that struggle that I was having within my heart and within my mind.
I guess you might have had a perception of what you thought reality TV was before you went on the show. Like, what surprised you the most about being on reality TV? And like, would you do it again, given kind of all the experiences you've had so far?
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to be on reality show since time. Like, I'm like since time. Like as I mentioned, I've auditioned for the first ever Big Brother Canada. Made it to top 20. They put me in the hotel. They were preparing me. But then, Ara, I choked. I choked in the final audition because I was afraid of like reality TV. What if there's a wardrobe malfunction? What is the Tamil community gonna think of me? Oh my gosh, she's showing some skin that's not supposed to be shown. So I started thinking like, I'm trying to, I don't want to disappoint my community, my culture by like, oh my gosh, like while I'm changing, what if the camera takes a screenshot of, inappropriate parts they're not supposed to take, So, and then it's gonna be plastered all over, everywhere, and who knows which paper is going to print it. And then I didn't want to disappoint my parents, so I choked in the final um, audition. So then I just wanted to overcome that, and I was just like, okay, I could do this reality show. And with Amazing Race Canada, which is such an incredible, amazing opportunity to just see and embrace the beauty of Canada. There's just so much going into it, production, everything, what you can talk about, what you can't talk about, and working with alongside other cast members. You don't know what their personality is going to be like. And also, producers can change up the rules, even though you think that the rules are some way. Producers can change up the rules. There was a little thing where, we had our backpacks, the whole backpack scenario, where if you watched the season that we were just on, there was a whole backpack scenario where we thought if you have your backpack on the whole time during the race, um, you're good, and we made it. And we had our backpacks on. We never quit. We're not quitters. We never quit. We all had our back. Another team, they didn't have their backpacks. They actually forgot their backpacks on the first leg. And somehow they were able to show ID, and they were able to get through. And it was a big controversy behind the scenes. We were like, my cousin and I, we were both um frustrated. We were like, we're just like, how is this possible? Like, and I was just, and then like, the producer's like, you want to talk to the other producer? I was just like, they were just going through it, going through all the, thing, and they're like, oh, they pointed that the producers can change the rules to cater whatever they want to do. But I'm just honored that they chose us, because not a lot of people get chosen on their first audition. There's millions of people auditioning for Amazing Grace Canada, and I'm just so grateful. Everyone was, I loved sharing our story, what we've been through, and just to be that inspiring. And I would say, yes, I would love to be a great role model for the younger generation and to women of color and Tamil women and anybody who's watching, a believer, anybody watching, wherever, what area it is in life. I want to be a great role model for them. And I'm just so grateful and thankful for the Amazing Race producers for giving me that opportunity on the first audition. Because the people, the teammates who actually, the crew that won, the guys who won, they said we had to audition over and over and over and over again. For you guys, you girls to get it on your first audition is a big deal. So I'm just so blessed and thankful for that opportunity. And I would do it in a heartbeat. I keep telling the producers, I was like, yo, we're ready for the second chances. Second chances, we're ready for that season because I know the US had a season where there's second chances. So this time I'm more mentally prepared and I'm gonna, I'm not afraid to speak my mind up and to just to please my partner. I'm gonna be like, yo, no, I got this.
On one of the other reality shows, so on Battle of the Generations, where you got to meet Lily Singh, and like I think I saw that clip where you were called her doppelganger. Like, what was that whole experience like? What was it like meeting her? What was that like? What was that like?
Yeah, oh my OMG. So as soon as I saw Battle of the Generation season one, I was like, why am I not on this show? Because like I love trivia. I love, entertainment, like the entertainment world. Like I know my stuff, I wouldn't say I know more of the Gen Z stuff just because I'm out of the loop, man. It's just so much there's just so much going on with like, and I don't have time as much as I used to watch TV shows, but I feel like I could get through like the millennial stuff and all that. And Lily being a millennial, I watched her like up, her rise from like YouTube and just people always saying, you know who you look like over and over. You know who you remind me of? You know who you look like? You know who you remind me of? And I'm just like, who? Who? At first I was like, who? And then I started watching her YouTube videos, and then I was like, oh, I see it. I see the Scarborough swag, the long hair, beautiful woman, and just her character, I see it now. I see it. And yeah, just being embracing who she is. And I saw it, and everyone's like, oh yeah. And then I was just like, yeah, I gotta meet her now I gotta meet her because, and I knew she lived in Markham, but then she moved to LA, and it was just amazing, her story, and just her, the breakout career that she has going on now, and doing so much for the community. And I just was like, I need to meet her because, and like I was at STC, and I was on break and getting food, and then I'm like, what's going on? They're like, oh, it's Scarborough's walk of star or something like that. And I was just like, oh yeah, who's getting it this year? They're like, Lily Singh. I was like, meeting Lily Singh or getting like in big trouble for skipping work and like, not coming back from my break. So I was just like, you know what, work is important. So I was just like, I got to go back. So I just kept missing her like pokeroo. I never like saw her. And I was just like, I got to see Lily Singh. And then when I saw that she was the host for the show, I was like, yo, this is like, I'm gonna meet her and I'm gonna also try to win the show. But so when I auditioned, I was just like, oh my gosh, yeah, everybody says I look like Lily Singh, and she's such an inspiration as well. So I got to meet her. And when the opportunity came, and I went into the dressing room to get my hair and makeup done, and the boomer was like, Lily, like he thought I was Lily. I was like, no, just your rival, just your rival, ready to compete on the show with you. I'm actually one of the other contestants. And then he's just like, oh my gosh, I thought you were her. And I was like, no. And then the moment finally came, and I think I was just like, I usually don't get starstruck. I'm just usually like able to, but I was just like, I think it was just like finally that moment, in that moment, like that you've been thinking about, like happens. That's when you're just like, wow, like, yeah. So, totally nice. Yeah, just grateful for that opportunity. And I was just like, not only disappointed in myself that I got out, but I think maybe I disappointed her. Just kidding.
Well, you got to meet her though, and like you got that moment, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. And finally for people saying, you look like Lily Singh, you look like Lily Singh for like over like, I don't know how many years. It was like 10 years, I think, since her YouTube channel came out. I was like, you look like, and I was like, finally for that, full circle to come, like to happen. I was just like, wow, this is amazing. Yeah.
And like I think it was one more show, Family Feud Canada. So I think that was the
Yes.
last
Yes.
one you were on. So like what's the audition process like that for that, and like how did you feel about that whole experience? Because Obviously, that's not just you by yourself. That's like you with your family, and it's like Family Feud's like a classic, obviously, TV show. So,
Exactly.
what was that experience like?
Yeah, Family Feud. Oh, MG, it was just amazing. Another iconic show that I was watching, the American version, and as a kid, just I can do this, I can do this, I got the answer and stuff like that. And then just growing up, even watching it as a family show, like with my own family. And then the Canadian version came out, and I was just like, oh, like I have so much family, like, who do I do this with? And, I don't want to get one family member hurt and like not picking them part of the crew, the core crew, and then just talking about it with my family, like, oh, we should do Family Feud one day, we should try Family Feud one day. And then the opportunity just knocked on our door when the producers reached out to my cousin and was just like, uh, her parents run a business and they moved to PEI. So the producers reached out to her parents, and then I'm her partner in crime. I'm her cousin. I'm her number one. So of course she's gonna reach out to me. Again, she knows the love of TV that I have and the entertainment world and how competitive we're both actually competitive. And this was our moment. And I was like, say less. Let's do the audition. Like they wanted an official audition, so we did that together as a family. We danced, we sang, we just.
Did you know that every time you left a 5 out of 5 review for this podcast, a Tamil parent lets their child pursue a career in the creative arts? Okay, that's probably not true, but if there's a chance that it is, do you really want to jinx it? Leave a review. Do it for the young creative in you.
Had full of energy, and they loved that and put us on the show, and we were definitely practicing nonstop. And but then when the moment comes, it's just like you're second guessing your answers, but you also believe in yourself. We're supporting one another backstage, and yeah, just staying strong as one unit, united together. And we're like, at the end of the day, this is, let's think of this as another fam jam, ready to rock it out, ready, let's play and have fun with it like we do at all the family jams that we have. So I think we were definitely frustrated at ourselves because we were just like the final answer. We were on a roll, we were winning, and then the final answer, we just like, ah, man, are you for real? Like that, like the whole time we were dancing, even when it was during the breaks, the audience loved us. And then the one answer we didn't get was dancing. Like what do people need at weddings for them to come? And it was dancing. And then we just bombed on that. And it's just like, we're just like, we were dancing the whole time and we didn't say dance. Like, you know what I mean? So we were definitely, of course, moments like that, when you're so close to the win, it's just disappointing, but we can't come back on for another 10 years. So it was a great opportunity, but I'm sure in 10 years you'll see
Oh, I
us.
didn't know that was a rule. Okay. So we talked about kind of the reality shows that you've kind of been part of.
Yeah.
What about kind of the speaking or like hosting? Like what kind of experiences have you done? Like what have been some favorite experiences? Have you ever like bombed on stage? Curious about that, yeah.
Yeah, so speaking, emceeing, hosting, are especially at events, was an opportunity I got, I think over, yeah, 10 years ago. But I've been doing that, the videography and the hosting stuff on my own as a freelancer, for over 20 years now, from, like, as I mentioned, from Much Music, doing behind the scenes work for them, and then covering special events like the Much Music Video Awards, just interviewing backstage, and also being on MTV's The After Show with Dan and Jesse as a guest speaker there, a part of the um, their show. And then for speaking, the hosting events, even like for Tamil Fest and Daisy Fest. Those are amazing opportunities. Even Daisy Fest, I did not think that I would ever be on stage at, well, it was young Dundas Square, and I'm gonna stick to Dundas Square just like I stick to Sky Dome. But opportunities like that, I was just like, wow, like you also have to network and you chase after your dreams as well. They can't all fall into your lap. You can't, you also have to thrive and do your part and be passionate about what you want to do. So big ups to Sats B for giving me that opportunity, and big up to every single person, even in the Tamil community, who let me be on stage, grab that mic, and represent as a woman, for giving the women opportunities as well at Tamil Fest, at a Mega Blast. Those are from where I started. And yes, I probably did bomb on stage with some Tamil names, and I don't even want to pronounce your full name, Tara. So yeah, probably with some Tamil names, I bombed, and just saying, maybe like even when I'm doing like birthday party gigs, just when the names are so long, I'm just like, okay, trying to, maybe getting the baby's name wrong or something. But other than that, I just love what I do, and I'm just like, it gives me so much energy and joy, and just to, lift people's spirit up and make them dance and just escape reality for a little bit and just embrace, our culture, what we have, the talents that we have, and utilize them to just make the best of this crazy world, this crazy life that's going on. And just, it's important to take times and have these moments to just forget about what's going on, the struggles that we're going through. And maybe this is part of the healing process as well. Like me doing all of this, entertaining the community, it's a healing form for me as well, because of everything that I've been through in life. Some stuff I can't even talk about. Like, it's been such a struggle. It's been such a battle, and throughout these trials and tribulations, that's where I found faith. And doing, entertaining people, making a difference in the community, helping others, that's where I thrive, and that's where my healing comes as well.
You are open about your Christian faith. Like, was there kind of, as you're doing all this like reality TV, and like you're hosting, you're often like very public facing, right? Like people see you, and you're obviously active on social media as well. Was there ever any hesitation about being vocal publicly, or like, I guess, how do you balance that? I'm curious. Yeah.
Yeah. So, growing up, I don't think I've embraced my faith a lot. Just like everything I was trying to discover, just like even my ethnicity, who I am, where I came from. I was just like, I didn't want to really share my identity. And then just growing closer in my relationship with God, I was always a double-minded Christian. I would be trying to please the world, and as well trying to hold on to this relationship with God. Yeah, so it was such a struggle, and I felt so guilty, like I'm doing this, I'm partying so hard, but people think, people are like, oh, here's that Christian girl, look at her, what she's doing. And just trying to, we see where the balance is, and see where the balance is. And then after that, it's just trying to hide what my faith is, who my God is. And then I was just like, no, I can't hide it anymore. This is who I am. And I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at all. And, but I have to stand up for who I am. It's, I have to, my identity is in Christ. He made me, he saved me from, he saved me from death. I almost died, and he saved me, and he brought me out of the darkness into the living light. And, there's a Bible verse, Psalm 46:5, God is within her, she will not fall. And I continuously hold on to that. And, no matter how much it may seem like I'm about to fall, God picks me up, and I may slip, but I surrender it all to Him. And I think it's so important in this world where there's so much where people are lost, people are searching, people don't believe, or they don't know what to put their hope in, their trust in. I'm so grateful that I found my God, who is who's a true God, living God, resurrected King of Kings, and I want to, it was hard to share that in the media, on the platform. Mostly my social media started off with like, fit of the day or outfits of the day. This is the food I'm eating. These are the people I met. The celebrities I interviewed and stuff like that. But it's like, where are these opportunities coming from? It's thanks to God. I want to boast in my Lord Jesus. You know what I mean? And I don't have anything without Him. Nothing that I have is not from what I did. At the end of the day, it's from God. It's from God, who blessed me, who continues to bless me, who's leading me and guiding me. And yeah, so even when I joined the church, I grew up in the church, in the Catholic Church, but when I started going to a non-denominational church, I was hesitant, but I always have my guard up. But at the end of the day, nobody's perfect at church. Even when you go to church, you see people, like, there's a lot of messed up people as well, but we're all patients. We all need fixing. It's like a hospital, and God's working within all of us. He's healing us, He's protecting us, He's empowering us, and just yeah, so that's why I feel like I needed to use my voice, my platform, to speak about my faith as well. And when I joined the church, I do hosting and emceeing, as you know, as well. And the pastor, he helped me develop that I could use my hosting abilities to host church opportunities, to talk about my faith and what I've been through in life and how I've overcome. And nothing's perfect. Life is not perfect. Just when you think everything's going great, then another tragedy comes, and then another bump, another hiccup. So how to how to deal with that. So that's what I'm going through. And yeah, so I'm so grateful for my faith and my God. Yeah.
In terms of, I guess, yourself, like, you are very, obviously, like you said, from like a young age, very outgoing. And in the Tamil community, I know what it is, especially with girls, because I'm not like this with my daughter, because I've seen it. Like, she's very outgoing and all that. But I see a lot of times, especially with girls that are outgoing, sometimes you're told directly, sometimes indirectly, to kind of tone down and kind of be a bit more quiet. How did you, like, did you ever feel that pressure, and like how did you kind of ignore or overcome that to kind of essentially kind of be your true self, which is you have a certain personality and you kind of embrace that. Like, how did you overcome that? I'm curious.
Yeah. Oh, yes, for sure. I was told that, you're a little too much. You're out there. And I remember going to a party and I'm fully sober. And one guy was like, "What are you on?" I'm like, "Natural, man, life. Like, I'm sober, like, I'm high on life and just grateful to be here." And, that's where my buoyancy comes in. And, and, I was told, even by family members, like, in order to get a guy, you got to tone it down. You got to be more, quiet and submissive. And especially in our community, in our culture, there is that submissiveness, and you got to be obedient to the man. And, that's the norm. That's what we grew up with. And it's taboo to speak about, certain things. And you got to close your mouth and don't speak up. Oh, no, they might take it the wrong way. Or what will our people think? Well, but it's just like, this is who I am. This is how God created me. He created me unique. And in God's perfect, and I'm God's child. And I would like to say that I'm perfect, even though I'm not, but I'm trying to realize that and believe it as well within myself. And yes, I've been told that, Michelle, if you want to get a man, you got to tone it down. You got to be quiet. I like quiet girls. Like, some guys be like, I like quiet girls. I'm just like, well, one day one guy is going to love who I am, just for my character and personality. And he'll be appreciative about that. So I'm not going to change who I am. And because I think it makes me who I am, and unique and fearfully and wonderfully created. Yeah.
What does success look like for you if nobody is clapping?
Success looks like to me, if nobody is clapping, man, I'm gonna be the only one clapping for myself. And I know my mom's clapping. I know my dad's no longer. He was always clapping for me. And my mom continuously claps for me. Even if I say a prayer at the end of the prayer, it's just a prayer. My mom's just like in the background clapping for me. But let's say, who knows, life's too short. You don't know who's going to pass away next or whatnot. I'll be clapping for myself. I know Jesus is clapping for me, seeing like what I've been through, and what the struggles that I've been through, and the storms that I've come across and faced. And I know Jesus is clapping for me. I don't need like to be the biggest influencer or have so many likes or no comments at all, or even on my posts or anything, to be successful. I don't need to be talking to on a big stage to be successful. It's what I've done, living in a country like Canada, a great country like Canada, what I've done to overcome everything that I've been through, even the community that I grew up in. We came from a war-torn country to Canada. The greatness that my parents even did for our family. Even with that, just making paving a way for myself, making my parents proud, making my family proud. Just I could have went through in the wrong path in life. I could have went into the with the violence as well. I could have went with the wrong crowd, but like God helped me to overcome all of that, and directed me in the right path of life, where I can make a difference and be continuously empower the future generation and the generation now as well, and be also speak for the silenced women in our community, in our culture, and just help them, be a therapy for them as well. Listen to them. Sometimes that's all they need, is for someone to listen to them. And I think just even the stuff that I did for myself through the help of God and my family, my parents, that alone is success for me to, hopefully it's inspiring for those, because that's what success means to me, like getting a job, paying my bills all on my own, no support from any man or anything, just all on my own, doing it on my own, just everything. Yeah.
Money can be hard to come by, but here's a $100 opportunity for you. Join my free newsletter for free exclusive content and a free chance to win $100 when I hold special draws. Did I mention that it's free?
If you had a chance to go back in a time machine and talk to 16-year-old Michelle, what would you tell her?
Okay, going back to 16. Hey, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, okay. Just continuously, there's going to be ups and downs. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what grief is going to look like for you. But continue being charismatic, continue shining bright, continue to put that smile on your face, even though you don't want to smile. Because even when I don't smile, I've been told I have like a screw face. All right, it's a Scarborough face, Scarborough screw face. So that's why I try to continuously smile. So just embrace every moment in life, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to hold, and continuously be kind to people, even when people hurt you. You don't need to clap back. You don't need to do any harm to any people who have hurt you, because people are lost. And you got to be the bigger person and show them the love of God, and how that reflects, how are you going to reflect that with others? So just continue to be joyful, seek God, and just continue to spread love.
And looking forward, like in terms of your personal legacy, in a few sentences, like how would you want to be remembered by your friends and family?
How I would want to be remembered by my friends and family is just optimistic, positive woman, strong, God-fearing woman of God, who's so kind, who's so gracious and merciful and audacious, and just, yeah, as I mentioned, charismatic, always thriving, trying her best to, spread the good news of the Lord, and also embracing every single opportunity that God's blessed me with, and just continue to heal and help others heal, and just be the joy in their light as well, and continue to show other girls, especially the younger girls, women of color, Tamil girls, that you can achieve and aspire to be whatever you want to be. You could do more than one thing. You don't have to satisfy and please your family members. You got to definitely do some inner searching, and which is what I did, and just not give up, never quit. Do it all. Do it all. If you want to do sports, if you want to do arts, if you want to speak, if you just want to help people in the community as a great community member, an outreach worker, an ambassador, whatever you want to do, you can do it, you can achieve it, and do it with a smile, and never stop working hard.
Oh, that's a good segue into the final part of the podcast. It's a it's a fun speed round I like to call Creator Confessions. I'm gonna basically, so you love games, here you go. And it's basically just me saying a bunch of statements and you kind of telling me kind of the first thing that pops to mind. Ready? Favorite Tamil food?
Oh man, kottu roti. Ada marakela ippave aasiya irukku kottu roti.
If there's
But
a
I do. Okay, wait. Can I say I do love the vegan rolls at Apple Spice, because they make it fresh, man. And asatitang on the rolls, vegan rolls at Apple Spice, bomb.
gotta try it. If there's a fire or flood and you have time to only take two things with you, can't be people or pets or anything like that. What are the two things you take with you?
Two things, probably my Bible and my cross
Okay.
that my mom gave me.
Something that scares you.
Something that scares me is not being able to go to heaven.
What is an insecurity you have?
Insecurity that I have is I'm so sorry, this is supposed to be speed round. I guess my height sometimes. I embrace it, but also it's like, being tall, like, you can't hide from people. And it's hard to find a man, being so tall, it's hard to find a good man. There ain't not many tall men out there.
Favorite show you're watching?
Favorite show I'm watching right now. Okay. This is embarrassing, but I am watching Canada Shore. Okay.
What is that? I've never heard of
Okay,
it.
I had to support the Canadians, but I was just like, let me see what this is about. Canada Shore, but I also love The Challenge. MTV's The Challenge, and Survivor is an all-star. So also watching that as well, all-star season of Survivor.
I've never heard of Canada Shore. I'll check it out.
Oh gosh, it's embarrassing. I can't believe I admitted to that, but yeah.
A place you're itching to travel to.
Jerusalem. I want to go to the Holy Land, and I regret not going earlier because there's so much going on. Like, there's a battle going on right now, and there's so much tension and strife that now is not the safest time to go. But I pray to the Lord Almighty that I'll get an opportunity to go to Israel, Jerusalem.
A fellow
Be
Tamil
baptized
creator that
and
you want to
baptized.
get baptized. Okay. A fellow Tamil creator that you want to give a shout out to.
A fellow Tamil creator I want to give a shout out to. Let's say Darshi, my girl Darshi. I don't know if you heard of her, but she is so outspoken about our community, what's going on, educating, not only the Tamil people, she's educating diverse groups about what's going on, even with like the wars and wars, not just from like our history, as well as what's going on now, just the Tamil diaspora, just being so confident and bold to speak about those issues and not being afraid to, I don't know if she wants to consider herself, an influencer, but she's definitely influencing a lot in our community as well.
Favorite childhood memory?
Favorite childhood memory was probably meeting Pokeroo. Oh, I went with my dad. I was a TVO kids kid. Watched all those TVO shows like Pengu, Polka Dot Shorts, Pokeroo, Polka Dot Door, and finally the opportunity came, and I was like, Dad, let's go. Take me downtown. I want to. They're having an event, and just meeting. It's someone in a costume, but it's a childhood hero. It's either that or Barney. So, but like Canadian icon, Canadian legend, Pokeroo, yeah. Me, going there with my dad. Such an amazing memory that I shared with my dad. Just and yeah, just embracing what Canadian media and seeing that Canadian icon. I didn't miss Pokeroo. I finally saw him, and he gave me an autograph. He signed it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time. Tamil movie or English movie?
Either or.
Okay, well, yeah. English movie, I would have to say Home Alone.
Okay.
It's a family watched movie that watched together. Tamil movie, there's so many good ones. But just like from the songs and Vijay, even though he's not going to be acting anymore, I do, and I love Jodiga, so I would say Kushi, just because the love story, I love that, the chemistry that they had, and also just the songs, and you never know what's unpredictable, what's going to happen. Are they going to get in together or what's not? There's another girl coming in the scenario and all that. So, Kushi, yeah.
What's a decision you've been putting off for a while?
A decision I've been putting off for a while is writing a children's book and designing, like doing the drawings myself, and also writing the children's book. And my mom's just like, get on that. So just finding the time to write that as well.
What's something that you were wrong about?
What's something I was wrong about? I was wrong about, man. I was wrong about, I could be wrong about a lot of things. I think I was wrong about, I'll be honest, like even coming into the sports world in the Tamil community, I was scared, nervous, because is there going to be jealousy? Is there going to be hate? But joining the sports community and meeting people like my friend Darshi, who I told you about, who was on the flag football team with me, there's a bond that's created, unity that's created, and shared circumstances as well, that we're able to tell each other stories and build that connection through sports. And so yeah, you can find great people and for long-lasting friendships in the community. So I think I was wrong about that.
What's a purchase you've made in the last few years that you splurged on, but you have no regret about it?
Let's see. In the last few years, I would say even like going on trips. But I think the recent purchase where I splurged on, I'm trying to be, I'm trying to manage my finances since I got to pay it all on my own. Fam, I got to do the bills, do that, do this, mortgage, everything all on my own. So I think my walking pad,
I just
my
got one of
walking
those too.
it's so cold outside.
Yeah.
It's such a struggle to go to the gym sometimes, and it's cold outside. My walking pad, stay in the house and just do that. Like,
I love my walking pad. Yeah, I watch TV when I do it, so it's
right?
like, yeah.
Exactly. You know the feeling. It's cold outside. Get my steps in. Like,
Yeah. What's a pet peeve of yours?
my pet peeve. Oh man. All right, I got a lot of pet peeves, but if I was to narrow it down, people who they just switch up on you, they're just they're lying, and yeah, just liars. Just be real, real, recognize real. So I would just say, just be honest, and just yeah, I think lying, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Who's a person, like it could be a normal person, celebrity, whoever it is, that you look up to, or like, sorry, that you could experience their life for just one day?
Whose life I would like to experience for
Just for
one
one
day.
day. Just for one day, yeah.
Okay, well, honestly, yes, I would like to experience being Jesus Christ for one day. Just, take me everywhere, take me to the heavens, take me to see my dad, take me to see my loved ones, teach me, I want to walk with you, like, in the spiritual realm, and, experience the supernatural, like, just, yeah, I want to be in the heavens, and just, yeah, just for one day, and, one day is enough. It's like 1,000 days spending that time with Jesus.
If you knew that you were going to die tomorrow, a regret that you would have.
A regret that I have, if I were to die tomorrow, maybe not like finishing that book that I said I would start. So, yeah, and disappointing my mom by not writing that book. Yeah, so yeah.
A book you've read or a podcast you've listened to that's had an impact on you.
Okay, so I would say a podcast that I listen to as well. Big ups to my boy Star Scorpio. He has a podcast where he interviews community members as well. And he also, that was my first podcast ever. And I just love hearing people's stories. And how he also, gives everybody an opportunity as well, and just hearing what people's lives have been through, from surviving cancer to just all the ordeals that they have to do, deal with in their walks of life. I give a shout out to his podcast as well, and a book that I'm reading and I haven't finished reading, and I'm still like all over the place, is the Bible. I'm continuously, struggling to, see which parts, how do I start it? How do I finish it? So it's a struggle, but I want to continuously dwell in the word so I don't get distracted, and I don't lose sight of, like, my mission here, why I'm here on earth. And yeah, just want to, yeah, dwell more into the word.
A belief, behavior, or habit that's improved your life.
The least behavior habit.
Oh, sorry, a belief, behavior, or habit that's improved your life.
Yeah, what my belief in God has improved my life, because if it wasn't for my belief in God, I feel like I would have no hope for the future. I would continuously just be a Debbie Downer. I would continuously feel sorry for myself about, like, what I've been through, the loss that I've been through, losing my loved ones, just losing any opportunities, or not getting what I want. I just see it as, I'm so grateful that I have a God who's protecting me, and who knows that if something doesn't happen, let's say even if I don't end up with a guy that I like, it's God protecting me, guarding my heart. So it's just like, just having that mentality that God wants the best for me, and continuously trust in His plan. And I'm so grateful to believe even without seeing. Yeah.
And finally, a piece of advice, a piece of advice that you would give to your fellow aspiring Tamil creators out there.
Yes, a piece of advice that I would give to my fellow Tamil creators. Big ups to everybody in the community. I'm so amazed by everything that y'all are doing, just putting Tamils on the map everywhere, you know. Just continue to believe in yourself. Please support everybody. You know, we're here to support one another. Let's not have that internal racism and just fight within each other. Let's continuously show love and continuously support one another. Never give up. Don't let anyone underestimate you, the talents that you have within yourself, the gifts that you were given. Never underestimate yourself. Continue to be a pioneer. Continue to reach for the top. Never quit. Never quit. Continue to make a difference, not only as Tamils in the Canadian culture, but everywhere, worldwide. Sky's the limit. So continue to reach for the top and also make a difference in the community. Continuously make a difference in the community here in Canada and even back home in the motherland, because our people are still struggling there with resources. So doing special projects together, united as a community, to make a difference back home as well, because we got to remember where we came from. Even if we weren't born there, we got to remember what our families did for us, our ancestors did for us, and just because we have it good now, and we have it made now, we have a good now, we have all this success and all these resources, don't forget to give back and continuously help our people back home as well.
Well, that's a good way to end off the podcast, Michele.
Yeah.
Kind of jumping on. If somebody is listening to this and they're very inspired and they want to connect with you personally, what is the best way for them to reach out?
Yes, I hope so. Y'all don't be shy, eh? Don't be shy. I don't bite. I am spicy. Because Tamil curry சாப்பிட்டு ஸ்பைசியா வந்துட்டோம் உள்ளுக்குள்ளே. ஆனா don't be afraid. I could speak in Tamil, I could speak in English, I can I dabble with my French. So don't be afraid to reach out to me through social media, Facebook, Instagram, Missions with MC, Mishi P. And yeah, we can hang out, we can have coffee, we can go for a walk, we can communicate online, and just let me know if you ever need any help. I will get you connected to the right people. And if you just need someone to talk to, or a friend, because this world is getting crazier and crazier, and if you just need someone to talk to, I will be there for you.
Also, all the tall single men as well, right? Anybody? Yeah?
Tall single Christian man.
Christian men, yes. Well, thank you again for jumping on, Michele. It's awesome.
Thank you, Ara.
People enjoy it.
Yes, God bless you and your family, and amazing. What you're doing is just so incredible for the community. You make us feel special with this podcast, and thank you so much for this opportunity that you've given me to share my story, which the story's not finished, but thank you so much for giving me this chance.
Yeah, no problem. And to the audience, as always, thank you guys for listening and reaching out, and on to the next episode.
Woo-hoo! Peace out, homies.